everyone, and welcome to She Rides, the podcast where women's cycling takes the lead. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Christoph, and today we're diving into the latest race results and hot topics in women's cycling.
Oh yeah, we guys joining us to share our story. Let's get started, ready? Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 64 of She Rides. We're a couple of days, no, actually 1 day after the long opening weekend we had for the women with 3 days of racing. Now this weekend we have another 2 days coming up in Italy this time, and we're joined by true She Rides elite. Hi, Connie.
Hello.
Super nice to have you unexpectedly back already on the podcast. We normally had a different guest, but there sometimes stuff are just more important than cycling. So if she's listening, we're truly sending her a lot of love and strength for the coming days. But now you're here, Connie. Maybe just we can start off by you telling us how you're doing at the moment.
Yeah, so it's going well for me. It's not been easy. Obviously, I had nearly 18 months out racing due to a bit of a major leg injury. So yeah, I've just sort of been coming back, and it's been tough, like really tough. And I think I never appreciated how hard it is to come back having had that long out injured. And just sort of finding my feet again. But it's sort of starting to come together, and we're sort of at the point of if we have a little bit of luck, might actually start being able to race a bit more than just sort of do jobs early on and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's good.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm not sure how excited you are to talk about it, but can you tell us a bit about the weekend of O'Shea racing in Belgium?
Yeah, so we were at Hageland and the Samyn. I did the Samyn as a very, very last minute call up. I think sort of had it was last minute because I'd done a 4-hour ride the day before, which is not what you'd usually do before the Samyn. So yeah, I was sort of out as travelling reserve, but got called in very, very last minute as we were rider down due to illness. So that was, a sort of interesting surprise appearance, I guess. I hadn't raced the Samyn in 6 years. I'm not planning to race it again for another 6 at least. Yeah, it's not a race for me at all. Me and cobbles just aren't really friends. It was, from a team point of view, it was a bit of a rough one. We had quite a few bike issues at Hageland. I think the team car had to make 4 bike changes or adjustments to people's bikes. Like Julie van der Meulen's saddle came off. You name it, it happened. The team car was a bit stressed out. We had 2 DSs who were like trainee DSs essentially DSing at the weekend, so it was a bit of a stressful experience for them. Bit of a sort of early season opener as you sort of expect it with all the drama, but we just did not have any luck on our side. We were at the Flandrian Hotel in Belgium, and I was sat doing work for my PhD, and I was just kind of sat there. And then I sort of found out that I was kind of definitely starting tomorrow, and a bit like, oh my God. But then also getting reports in of sort of, it'd be on the team group chat of like, one of our Swannies has got a rider, and it's like, oh dear, why are they back at the feed? Like, why are they stopped in the feed sort of thing, and sort of not knowing what was going on. And it was not fun. And then the Samyn's just brutal. It's just absolutely brutal. I mean, even the first 20k, the road was so rough, and everyone is just fighting for position. It's just crazy. I ended up on, I think it was the 4th cobble sector. There'd been a crash involving my teammate Izzy Mays on the right hand side, and I sort of ended up in the verge in the ditch on the left. Sort of managed to come out of the ditch, mounted the cobbles, and my rim just went smash into the cobbles, and it was like, oh great, game over kind of thing. And didn't seem to have punctured, but I kind of thought I did, and then I was kind of faffing around like, what have I done to the bike? What have I not done? And it's just game over for me. But yeah, we had crashes, mechanicals again. It was just one of those weekends that was great learning. And I think everyone kind of came out of it like, right, with a bit of luck, we could do something, but we've kind of got to get that luck going. And that's the sort of take. But like, I think for a small Conti team in a race like the Samyn, when I rode it 6 years ago, the gap between the Conti teams and the World Tour teams was a lot smaller. The equipment and everything like that, it was a lot closer together. And you realise in those 6 years that I've not been at that race, and I'm using that as an example because it's the only real classic other than Depana, which doesn't really count, that I've done. You realise the equipment choices and everything like that, the amount of wheels the other teams had. I mean, we had 2 Swannies for that race, whereas all the World Tour teams had 2 people at every sector at the bare minimum. So yeah, I think given the size of our budget and everything that we had thrown at us, it looks awful on paper, but for a team point of view, everyone did what we possibly could in the circumstances. I mean, we've got myself and Julie van der Meulen coming back from serious ill. She's been out, obviously ill. She's come back from hand cancer. I've been out injured. And then on Hageland, we had Yila Friels. I can never say her second name. Sorry, Yila, if you're listening to this, who's come back from a major concussion 2 years ago. So, like, we've still got riders coming back from problems as well. So I think it's all steps in the right direction and getting race days under our belt. But yeah, it was tough.
And whose brilliant idea was it to put 2 trainee DSs on opening weekend, Connie?
I don't know. I mean, they loved it. I think in hindsight, like, they seem to think it was the greatest thing that ever happened. And yeah, I've got to drive in the classics already. But it was just like, oh my God, guys. Like, and we had radios dying. My radio died 10k into the Samyn, so I had no idea what was going on, and like trying to work out who was where in the bunch because I couldn't talk to anybody. Yeah, so the team car was sounding a bit of a nightmare because you think, yeah. But I guess it's good learning, but learning the hard way.
Learning the hard way, I think, yeah.
And in terms of crashes, is everyone okay from the team?
Yeah, Izzy's a bit bashed up. She's the worst, but she had to come round mine today to pick something up, and she actually could move her hand much more than she could yesterday. And she's from Yorkshire, and she's as tough as nails. She's like, nah, it's fine. Because I was like, oh yeah, I might, because we're doing a race in the UK. And I was like, oh, I'll probably see you then if you're riding. She was like, yeah, I'll be riding. I'm fine. And I'm like, okay, all right. But yeah, no, we're kind of lucky. We can't complain on that front, that the crashes we did have mostly involved grass and soft landings. But yeah.
Yeah, that's the most important after all.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, sure.
Want to go get into the racing of the weekend?
Sure, that's what we're here for, Sad.
You're not here for Connie's interesting story. That's
yeah, of course.
No, yeah.
Yeah, let's just start in the beginning. Maybe before we get into the race, I can tell about my day at the Omloop first. So it's always an early day. But this time, at least, I wasn't there before the buses. Like, I was there together with the buses, so that's better. And also, so I was struggling with like literally everything in my body at that point. But our amazing guest Maya made sure I had a close parking spot, so that helped already to make it a bit less heavy for me. So that was nice. And then we first had the men's presentation. Now we had the one for the women. I had like some sort. You need to keep this in mind. I had crocheted like some sort of lucky charm, or Lotte Kopecky has, and she could you use some luck these classics. But there were so many people around Lotte's bus, and I was like, just like normal people, just like watching the presentation. So I was like, okay, yeah, no, this isn't gonna work out. It was like 5 rows thick, so that didn't work out. So I walked around a bit, like, but the thing was, I was quite disappointed in the crowds there, because apart from around Lotte Kopecky's bus, it was just plain sad. We had some before the team presentations, like for those who've been there in the Floralian Hall. So there were some people after the men started staying to catch a glimpse of Lotte. But at the rest of the buses, it was also quite calm. And then like within it, it was just we had one edition where, like, on national TV, they did a call up to all be there in Skerpke for the women, and it was not full. They wanted to make it look like it was, but it was at least closer to the men. And today it was just Yeah, last year it was worse, but I was like, okay, Lotte Kopecky is not here, so maybe that will be a big part of the deal. But Lotte was there this year, and I was still like, nah. So that was a little bit disappointing. And then I went to the Holloweg, which was actually pretty easy to get to. We did have like once or maybe even twice we had to stop because of the men who were passing there. But we still got there in time to see both men and women. Again, the difference in people there was quite noticeable. But it was sort of a funny situation because I'm of course a very healthy person. we took our like pokeball and we were like sitting like really on the side of the cobbles, and then like all the VIP chauffeurs and like mechanics and all that stuff were like getting off the sector, and then there was like one who had like, "Ooh, that looks nice." So we were like just eating, and everyone was like, "Ooh, I could use some of that." And then I went to the finish, but if we talk about the pressing crowds, it was even worse there because I was like going into that direction because I didn't make the men's finish. And then we had like everyone was just going that side. It was even hard to get to the side, and I was like, "Oh, okay, reality check. I still have like some Tour de France, some expectations of races," and then it's like, not quite. So that was disappointing. Of course, the biggest disappointment still had to come. Um, you will hear that about the racing, but the most annoying thing was, so of course Lotte wasn't in there. And then, like, the commentator at the line, it was not the one who normally does it for one reason. He was like having interaction with the public, and I was like, this race, I don't care. And then he was like, "Oh, we see Lotte Kopecky has joined the second group." And first I was like, strange. And then I was like, delusional me. Oh, that's nice. Then I took a look closer at the screen, and I was like, oh, fuck. This is Van der Breggen. And he kept on believing it for 30 minutes, like literally 2 kilometers for the finish. He was constantly asking questions like, who still believes in Lotte Kopecky? And I was like, please. I even tried to like do a sign like, nah, but he didn't really seem to want to understand it. So like another commentator was like, we don't see Lotte Kopecky in the second group. So that really added even more up to the frustration. I did get deliver the lucky charm in the end though, but yeah, it came a bit too late.
Apparently so, yeah. Yeah, hey, Van der Breggen, Kopecky, potato, right?
So annoying. But in terms of the racing, it started off quite well for She Rides already with a breakaway for Emilie Fortin together with Lealine Teutenberg, Britte Grave, and I think it's Jonny van den Einde. Van den Einde. By the way, shout out to Tim de Vries for helping me fill in all the names because I only knew two out of 4 of them. So, but Emilie held up quite long. She just made it on the Holloweg, so I could still cheer her on. I did have McFly, the French like chicken thing person next to me.
The
so
icon.
hard to actually get over it, but still on my video it was hearable, so that's cool. But after they got caught, we had like some riders on anticipating Gasparini, Chabet, Berton, and Asbe. Then we had Margot as well, clearly inspired by my dreams, trying to bridge there, but it was a bit too late. So it was more of a chasse patate. Then we had, just before the Muur, those 4 were still up in front. Of course, a big crash, taking out multiple riders. We had Shirin van Androoy, who was holed up behind the crash. We had Gillespie, who DNF'd that day. I also saw a story of Quinty Schoens, who was it collarbone and like 8 fractures in the ribs or something?
Yeah.
8, my god. Oh.
I saw that on our Instagram, but it wasn't super easy to find like a whole thing about who injured what. So I just tried to find something about that. And then I don't know what about Misha. We saw like her knee was a bit open, and apparently she was stretching her back a bit, according to my parents. And of course, Lotte Kopecky, they rode against the derailleur, and it was game over. But like we didn't
Worst
really
timing ever, Sar. Worst timing ever.
don't
Really.
get me started on it.
Oh,
So first, I didn't know because like just at that time I was going to the finish, and I saw like one of the photographers, Lars. I saw him, and he was like, "Hey Sam, how's Lotte doing?" And at that point, I was like, I don't know, good. I think she looked good on all of it. And then
she's in the second group, so no worries.
And then it was like the Muur, and I saw Demi going, and Borghese, and a bit in the background Kasia, and I was like, oh shit, where is Lotte? The first thought was like, oh no, Belgian media, no.
Yeah, it was actually my first thought too. It's like, oh no, Lotte,
I was like,
don't
oh
do
no,
this.
no, I can't.
Belgian media out.
And then I like got a message from someone who was at the Muur, who was like, "Sarah, do you know what happened to Lotte because she passed here with the number 103 on her bike?" So I was like, "Okay, that's not Lotte's bike, so it's not form related." So it was Cecchini's bike who she got just after. So she rode with Cecchini's bike on the Muur, and then like we got some sort of image from her, and then for me she was like, she was really going strong. She was like passing Van Androoy and stuff. So immediately there it was clear for me, like, okay, this is just shit luck. But yeah, such a sad moment. I was done with the race at that point, so I forced myself into watching it the day after, which still hurt. But really, in the evening we went to have dinner with some people, and I was really annoyed. They wanted to talk about the race, but I was like, just wait a couple of hours. I can't handle this yet. But on the Muur and like the Vesten, as we call him, we had Koch, who was so strong. Just gonna mention again,
Yeah,
she
she
was my wild
was.
card for the race, but very strong race. And so she did a very good lead out for Vollering. It was more than a lead out, actually.
Yeah.
They did close
was
it
killing
to...
everybody else. Like really.
They did close it to Shaba as well, so that's teammate behind teammate. Of course, in the end, the winner takes it all, but okay. And then Borghese was at one point, I was like, oh, is she gonna hold this up? But then there was still a huge section to come, so it was wishful thinking, but very good to see that. And then, of course, we had a crazy strong Kasia, who we thought maybe it's too early on the season, but she was like
Sorry, folks.
strong. Just to put it into perspective, she did the 10th best time on the Muur this weekend, and like not just for the women, but men and women overall. Which of course you can still find something, and it's easier. Anyways, super strong time. I was really it was crazy. And Van der Poel, I think Van der Poel did the fastest time there, and she was only 10 seconds slower than him, so that's just crazy. So yeah, if you're wondering if the level in women's cycling is high, this shows it is.
Yeah.
Then I forgot to mention, I also saw Imogen's mom again. Long time no see after the tour.
Oh, yay.
And Imogen just missed out on the second group. Like really, she was like the last rider not to make it there. So that was sad. Still good performance of Imogen though. And then so the second group, like Wiebes was on the climbing level, I would say, of Ferguson, Bosset, Borghese, those types of riders. So I think I was like not expecting Wiebes to take it here and to be able to keep up with Vollering, for example. But I think maybe some people expected her to be further up. And then we saw the classic. Kasia works with everyone. Doesn't matter how fast she is. I think she was right, because if she wouldn't have, it would be for 11th place. But yeah, maybe in the last kilometer, Kasia, it's okay to just leave it to Demi. But yeah, it happens. And then very easily, Vollering won the sprint. And then it was Kasia, Wiebes, Kat Ferguson, very, very solid performance for her Omloop. And then Koch on 5. So all in all, if you look at it objectively, a nice race. If you look at on a biased way, fucking shit race. But no, the racing did not disappoint. We'll keep it at that. Maybe just the next time, like, no bad luck for Lotte, and then I'll be like, excitement will be through the roof.
But at least we saw better tactics than last year. Oh my god. And you can say FDG rides behind FDG with Vollering behind Chabet, Sar, but I think the main thing was like you have Chabet in the breakaway, which is a good rider. So if you let her go, she's a potential winner. So she's strong enough. So it makes SD Works need to work. So I'm finally happy that there are some teams that say like, hey, come on, move your asses, SD Works, work, up. So that was
But
a good thing.
If you look at it, if we would have a situation, Christophe, not want to say you're somewhat biased, but if Chabet isn't Chabet, but if Chabet is Bredewold and FDG is not represented, and we then see, I don't know who could do it, like another rider, for example, Van der Breggen lead out Lotte Kopecky and grab the group there, would you still say the same thing?
No, of course not, because we want everybody to make SD Works work in the race. Like finally, because it's usually like, oh no, Weebs is here, so we're not gonna do anything. Oh, okay, let's go to the sprint and be second. So this was like, okay, yeah, it would have been different if it was SD Works. Like I know, but
yeah, no, I agree, Christophe, for sure.
I was happy, like, come on, you have to work now, girls. That's finally put them to work. That was good.
But I was actually quite surprised to see that there were still quite some riders who were happy to work in the chase with Weebus.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, why?
Do you know Weebus is
Let
riding
her do the chasing.
Or...
yeah, just leave her alone. Let her do the chasing. It's hers to lose. I mean, yeah, but still progress. And I think FDG has a big addition with Franziska Koch. If you see what engines she has, wow, that's gonna help this spring.
She's gonna do so much like, great things. Really.
Yeah, also, I think she never dies on the bike. 10? She looks like it.
What did you say?
I said, like, I think Franziska Koch never dies on a bike. It's like she looks like an engine that keeps on going. It's like put it on and just go, never stop.
Also, so Millie Cousins on 8. That was what I was saying was very solid. Like I had people like asking me like, who would you add to this for my fantasy team? And of course I was like, try Millie Cousins. And now I'm getting messages like, oh, that was a great tip. And I'm like, of course I didn't use my own one. But very solid performance there. Also for the young Asbe, she still survived in that group behind and became 12th. What's also exciting to, of course, Posset. We expected her to be up there, and Shouldn't forget her. Right. Swinkles as well. Good race. And then what's something else you wanna note?
No, just nice. Hats off to Kasia Niewiadoma that she just went all in. I mean, of course we expected it because it's Kasia. She always goes for it. But her alternative was just like stop riding and then get Lorena Wiebes back in the race, and then Lorena Wiebes would have won anyway. So she had no choice. So she had a chance to win against Vollering. But in the end sprint with Wiebes, I mean, you all lose anyway. So she was like, nah, just work. So hats off.
Something we do need to mention is Lippert DNF'd. I think she
do we know why?
I think she was involved in a crash. I'm not sure, but I think so. So yeah, I think that was it for the Omloop. Can we go to Haarlem?
So I was super excited after the Omloop Saar with my wheeler manager score. So I was like, yes, what a kickoff of the season. And then, well, it went pretty south the rest of the weekend. Let's put it that way.
I absolutely failed. I was like stubborn enough to like, okay, I can do it without Vollering. I'm just not gonna be too obvious. Well, in the first race, it was clearly not a good idea. But now with Hageland, I had like no. I mean like Samyn was good for me because I had Gillespie and Anderson. So now I am climbing higher up the ladder, but now I'm gonna see if Elisa is doing well on the Strade. I'm keeping it like that and I'm sticking to my original plan. And otherwise I'm gonna need to find something out. Because it just cannot be like in our like mini competition with like some friends of parents and you also in there. And my family, some of them. I'm like
I'm
leading
not
the
a friend.
man's
I'm not a
game.
parent.
No, you're just a distant co-host.
Well, I'm not a parent. That's for sure, Sarah.
Um, so like the man's game for the moment, I am leading. So it's just not good for my reputation if I stay low in the women's game. So I need to up my game there.
Oh yeah, so you prefer men's cycling now, Sarah, huh?
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
I was
look
like,
at that!
oh,
I didn't even compete in a
when
men's
do I
cycling game.
No.
Yeah, so that's of course good that I'm doing that because I sometimes do get the commentary of my sister that I don't need to exaggerate and I also need to focus on men's cycling because yeah, that's her argument. So like I was like, Fien, you can see right here, you see I still follow men's cycling. You see how impressive that is. So in that sense it was a good thing. So Hageland, again, something less expected. We were like, Charlotte goal will be difficult. Yeah, no. Uh, she proved us wrong again. But first for the racing recap, because it was also quite an exciting scenario. We started with an early break again. With Eraso, Rondel, Dollemont, Luson, and Bortoli. Apart from two, so apart from Eraso and Rondel, they got caught. And then we had a break again from the peloton that went away with Swinkels, Lach, Perkins, Moors, Wolf, and Van Bersworst. But there was something going on there. So Moors, Wolf, and Van Bersworst, they immediately like not sort of dropped. I think there was some tactical play going on right there, and then they dropped back to the peloton. So we still had Swinkels and Lach who were very, very motivated to keep the chase going on. Perkins was not really participating to the frustration of Swinkels and Lach. There were like a lot of the time there were like falling gaps, and then the other had to bridge it, and Perkins was like, cool what you're trying here, but I'm not doing it. Just fix it yourself, which was kind of bold. But like the interviewer asked to Lach afterwards, why? What was the reason you were attacking so much in that phase? And she was like, yeah, no, I didn't attack. It was just the whole time that there were falling gaps. And immediately I was like, oh, I have 10 meters. This was not my intention. Anyways, so
yeah, you have people that don't work in breakaways. That's frustrating. But then you have people that leave gaps in the breakaway. I mean, you can just kill them. It's like, come on, you're already a pain in the ass, and then you're just leaving gaps. Like, like why?
Yeah, but I actually do wonder if that was already what happened with the break from Morse, and it wouldn't surprise me if it already was that would kill the break with Perkins. But I have to say I didn't see that completely, so I can't like say that. But yeah, it was obvious that it was not just because they weren't strong enough, but because I also think we saw in the Omloop that Fleur was doing quite well. Imogen is also very strong this season. So yeah, that was sad from them. But as we said, apart from Perkins, which was annoying, Swinkels and Lach were really working together. So I was quite positive it would work. For sure, like in the last kilometers, like Lach was going for it. It was so cool. She was going all out. But she got catched a couple of meters before the finish. So that was sad for her. Balsamo also crashed not far from the line. And then there was Cole who took the win before Gillespie and Bosset. So yeah, it was an exciting race. because like at one moment I was like, okay, it's gonna be for the break, and I was like, oh, I guess not. And then we had Veenhoven on 4, Elin Jansen 5, Diederiksen 6, Jackson, Rees Mangan, and Koponi there. So it was, but
Do you know what
the shame was
do you know
it was Needle Track who really bridged the gap, and to then see, of course, Balsamo crashing out like so shortly before the finish. That was a shame for them. But
Mhm. Do you know what a shame it is to see a rider like Kaya Rees to have to ride for a Velopro team?
yeah,
Like, I don't get it.
mm,
No.
Like what
It's
she
the
did in
state of the
2024.
sport.
yeah,
What she did in 2025. I mean, she's a World Tour rider. She is
yeah,
easily. Oh, she's riding for Velopro. I mean,
yeah.
oh,
And
well,
I
no
mean, it's not
disrespect, of
that.
course, for the Conti
No.
teams, but come on, like,
But
And
Velo Pro aren't even Conti anymore. They've
oh,
club team.
yeah,
Yeah, they're a club team. So it's even
yeah,
And
yeah,
the-
even
makes it
worse.
even worse.
Yeah.
And the thing is, even I
Anyway.
don't think there are really no spots left anymore in a World
No.
Tour team. I'm not wanna pick out one, but I'm actually doing it right now. We had Visma at the start of the Omloop with 4. Of course, a rider falls ill. You can't. Yeah, that's out of your control.
Okay.
But they were already starting with
Exactly.
only 5 riders at the
Yeah.
Omloop.
That's a shame. That's what we should have we should have talked about as well during Omloop. Like a World Tour
Yeah.
team like Visma, with their status with the men's and the women's team, they have Marianne Vos and Pauline Ferrand-Prévot. They never skip an opportunity to put the spotlights on them when they do something big. And then you show up as a World Tour team with 5 riders on the opening classic in Flanders.
Yeah, 4.
That's come on, do better, Visma.
Yeah,
Lisa.
but
Like
it's not like
just
it's not
imagine that you start
predictable.
with Jonas Vingegaard with 4 riders in the Tour de France. Like,
Yeah.
we don't have anyone else.
It's that problem though. The salaries of their top girls are so high, they
Yeah.
then can't afford to have a full rooster, and it's
Then
Yeah.
skip
It's
2
just the whole
boys,
problem.
Connie.
Yeah,
Skip
that's
2
what
of the
yeah.
men's roster. They are like 57 or
Oh, yeah.
something, whatever they are. So you can
Oh, they've
skip
got a
2.
crazy number. Yeah. But I
Yeah.
think it's also that I know with Visma, they've got the 2 teams very set. It's so the women's budget's there. They've got the names, but they've not got the depth because they can't afford it. Essentially, I think.
Mhm.
from what-
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
Yeah.
was
not
also
good.
that it was not predictable. We saw like their roster with 14 to 15 riders. And if you then have also like a leader that only does 6 races a year, you just know it's gonna
Yeah.
be a problem. And they also have lots of young girls, not saying they can't handle it, but to push them into every single World Tour race, it's just
Yeah.
not a good thing.
Could
I
have
would
used
say.
Kaya Rees in opening weekend. Just saying. She wouldn't be that expensive, I think, if she's signing for Velopro.
No.
I mean,
No.
she would have been very happy.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on, Sar.
Do you want to
Ah,
say
no.
something more, or do we want to go to Samyn?
No, I actually didn't see it on Proximus Pix, was it? I think, Sar. Yeah, no, I didn't see it.
It was like a free live stream.
Nope. So not a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched it.
I
It
know.
wasn't bad. It was quite good to watch, to be fair.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We also had
Yeah,
the
just
lead
that
commentator.
I'm as surprised as you were, Sar,
so.
that Cole managed to win this one because it was
Yeah.
not a flat profile. So I was like, well, what did she do? What did she just do?
But
Like, okay,
cool.
nice.
It's nice to
Yeah.
see. Yep. Then Samyn, I think you saw that one. But yeah, as you mentioned, there was quite some live coverage. Still not the same as the man. Just putting it out here, but we had some live coverage.
We don't need 150k of Samyn coverage. That's okay.
Nah, but
60
we
was
just
fine.
missed,
60 was good.
but we just missed the break going out.
Yeah.
So it just happened.
Yeah.
So that was quite sad. But it was like a bigger group. We didn't have an early break, but we had a bigger group going out with immediately.
Yeah, they didn't let anything go.
Mm-hmm.
They were not letting anything go early.
With immediately like the race favorite in the group with Gillespie. She had a teammate as well with Elinor Backstedt, Marte Goossens, Marte Truijen. The 2 Martes were there as well. Caroline Andersen with her teammate Quinty Tom. ASB was back. Then we had Jakulska for human-powered health, Vigilia for X as well, and then Van der Hulst for Volkers Wessels, who came back from quite some issues with the iliac artery. So yeah, that was that. Yeah, there were lots of attempts to get away from in the group because, of course, everyone knew, shit, we have Gillespie here. But both Gillespie and Buckshot were so strong that it was just impossible to get away. I don't know how much the girls from Levalula tried, but yeah, it was just not working, really. Yeah, of course, we had Picnic was one of the only teams who really missed it. So they were trying, I think even Balad Minimax tried to help a little bit in the chase. And then in the end, I think we saw AG Insurance coming up as well. But yeah, it was exciting, but after like the 5th attack, you were also like, okay, then they can try 10 more times and probably they will still not get away. So their dominance was quite clear. So yeah, the UE performance and somewhat dominance continues. And we had Gillespie winning before Gosses and Truyen. But in that sense, also quite a successful weekend for AG Insurance. I would say 7th at the Omloop. What was it? 3rd in Hageland, 2nd in Samyn. And their big leader still needs to start the season. Yeah, the classic season.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not the Elite Tour. We are not bashing the Elite Tour.
She has a high likable level, Lara Gillespie. So it's also nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to see her do good. It's like, yeah, I kind of just
but it's
like
also
the way
okay.
she is.
Yeah, her and Eleanor are both lovely.
Yeah, hats off to Eleanor Buckstead because like more than 50% of the win of Lara was Eleanor's credits. I think. Wow, she was strong. Well, of course, Lara Gillespie as well because she was the big favorite in the group. And she was the smartest. Of course, she won the race, so it's easy to say she chose the right tactic to go in the breakaway with all the big teams except for Picnic, of course. So yeah, she gambled and she won in the end. Of course, if she didn't make it in the breakaway, we would have said like, nah, Gillespie, why did she go in the breakaway? Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
She won. She pokered. She gambled. She won. So she was the smartest. And it was a good group as well because all the big teams were involved. They were all names that could win. So yeah, Picnic was screwed yesterday.
Yeah. And then just to finish it off completely, the UE's supremacy, we had Megan Jestrap win the group sprint behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does anyone want to add
any more takeaways, Connie, from your side?
No, just it's the salmon, but yeah.
It is a salmon. So we can just conclude you have no Roubaix ambitions, Connie.
God, no.
Duly noted.
The salmon that's the peak of the cobbles for me. No more. Yeah. It was some nice tarmac road up some mountain in Spain or France. Yeah, that's
That's cool. What's next for Team O'Shea, Connie?
They're riding Oettingen. I can never say it properly. And then I'm not racing into Loire. So we're in Loire and Scheldeprijs is the double header in April. They're doing some few more sort of Midwest and stuff like that. The sort of point 1s and 2s in Belgium. What's on
your program, Connie? You're coming back to Belgium?
Yeah, so I've got a bit of a break, just racing some races in the UK to sort of find my feet again and actually go for results sort of thing instead of just surviving. Just doing a stage race and then probably a couple of Belgium commesses. And then into Loire, Brabant's Pil / Brabacom, whichever way round it is. Yeah, that's on my calendar. Yeah. That and then GP Chambray. So sort of 3 that I'm doing in April, and then sort of I think the real French stuff starts in May, which is the sort of stuff that suits me better. So
yeah. Okay. It's already great to have you back on the bike, Connie.
Yeah, no, it's quite good.
maybe not ideal to throw you in the mix for Samyn to start the season,
No,
maybe.
that
But
was
it's-
I'd done a few in Spain that hadn't gone.
yeah.
I'd been very much domestic for the first one, and then I'd had a crash in the second.
Mhm.
One of the ones we did, and then I crashed again in the next. It's just been a bit of a sort of everything that can go wrong has sort of gone wrong, or not. Yeah, it's sort of one of those things where you're coming back and you just want something good to happen, and then it's like the normal racing. Yeah, but it is racing. I mean, I think that's the thing. It's never going to be easy.
Yeah, no, but yeah, well, look where you come from, Connie. It's
Thanks.
already great that you're back on this level, back racing. So that's super. Just ease back in now in in Britain. Like finish a couple of races, have a good feeling, just like that. Don't get thrown into Samyn. Yeah, because well, a DNF was maybe to be expected anyway, even if you wouldn't crash.
Was.
So
it was not. I was sort of a bit like, are you sure you just want me? I was literally sort of told to just start and climb. Expect to climb off first speed, sort of thing.
Yeah. It's cool. Cool to have Connie back. How was the new red chili bike, Connie?
I didn't actually ride it at the Samyn. It got saved. It's the climbing model.
Okay.
The one that's supposed to be for sort of flat cobbled stuff. Because I wasn't supposed to be that was like, it can be built at some point during March. So yeah, I rode it on the Sunday, and I was a bit like, I've ridden it down a few sets of cobbles in Belgium. I was like, no. So like, was on my own bike for just as a sort of interim. And also when I raced the Samyn before, I completely wrote off a bike. So I was a bit like, I'd rather not write off the brand new bike that I've ridden once. Yeah.
Oh, you were in a catch-22. Do I ride a new bike, but maybe break it and sponsors pissed off, or do I not ride it and they maybe pissed off as well because I'm not riding it?
We had a bit of a sort of, I'd sort of had to make a phone call and sort of ask, am I okay to not be on it, sort of thing. And also just, I think, because of my leg and everything, and having had all the surgery, it was a bit of a sort of risk to put me in a race situation on a bike that we were 99% sure it was all set up fine. But I was like, anything goes wrong here with my dodgy left leg, then we've got a problem. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Do we want to go over to Strade or?
Yeah, are we done with opening weekend?
Yeah, for me it's fine. I don't need to talk about it.
I'm certainly done with opening weekend.
Connie, you have different reasons than us to be done with opening weekend.
But I'm also fine.
We can't get enough.
I don't need to discuss more Lotte Kopecky bad luck. I've had enough. So we can go over to new exciting races with new opportunities. We don't have a very filled start list yet. We have like some of the leaders are there, and I did my very deep research on the missing names so far, also known as "Hi Paula, are you racing this weekend?" The answer was yes, so we do have an extra name on there. But I can just tell you the names who are already on there. We have for AG Insurance Shakir, Lecour, Sigard, for EF Valieres and Ruek. We have Puck Pietersen Racing, Trinka Colonel, Anderson, Van der Breggen, Kopecky, Lippert, Van Pachtebeke, Vollering, Chabet, Berthe, Niewiadoma, Innenburg. Yeah, I think for as far as we know, that are the biggest names on the participants.
Basically, everybody's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be an exciting race, or at least I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, it always is, really.
I think if we already saw that Kasia was this good on the Muur, she will be able to keep up with Vollering as well. I think I'm also expecting great things of Lotte, of course. Pietersen as well. Good to see her back on the road. Same for Ruek. Looking forward to what she can do, and it will also be good to see where Lecour is at this point already.
Yes. Oh, will be the weather won't be a problem, sir. 17 degrees. No rain. Gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
Or dusty. Yeah. Depends on the way you look at it.
Very dusty.
We were sitting at the dining table this weekend and we were like, oh, it's an easy weekend. We don't have anything to do. What if? Just imagine we would just fly over to Italy and be in the sun there. But in the end, it was not very doable. So it was just nice try. But yeah, always such a cool race. But we have more coverage this year. I read that somewhere. We will have 20 minutes less coverage for the men's race.
More than 1 hour?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know what, but I think we do have some live. I could maybe look it up. But
Okay, and are they going to fill it 20 more additional minutes of like replays and then start images
Yeah.
and stuff like that, like they usually do in Italy?
Yeah.
let me see how much
Oh.
live coverage we have. If it's already Strade, they are starting at. Wait a sec. If that's correct, the live stream starts at 12, and the finish is at 15 past 2. That's
Whoa, 2 hours. Ooh.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah, assuming that's actual coverage and
Yeah.
not some start shots and interviews and standing around and God knows what else. But yeah, that could be a
Yeah,
step
that's basically
forward.
basically usually what it is in Italy, and then it's like standing around, start neutralized section,
Yeah.
like zooming in on Lamborghini 50,000 times, and like, oh, we have a finish. Like, oh yeah, okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
But even
Yeah.
with 20 minutes of that, it would be still very nice.
yeah. Let's be happy with what we get.
Yeah. And Strade for sure is one of these races you want to see as much as possible. But I thought there was some rage going on as well, because why are they adding to the women's race and are they taking from the men's race, blah blah blah. But it's a good thing.
Yeah, let them complain. Is Pogacar
Yeah.
starting? See, no need to watch
Yeah,
it
but
anyway.
no, but people are
Yeah,
do
afraid
we don't need to
40,
watch
40
it.
minutes extra for the women's
Yeah,
race.
the
Come
results. We already know the result. Don't need to watch
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but people were afraid they wouldn't see Pogacar's attack, so I think that was a problem.
Ah, Jesus. Maybe he's not even on coverage when he's already gone, so don't worry
Yeah.
too much about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you miss him, do the replay of last year, so you will fine.
Yeah.
Maybe we can just see like what happened last year or what happened, just like the results. It was Vollering before Van der Breggen and Ferrand-Prévot. Then we had Berthe, still getting used to it. Mavi Garcia, Yara Kastelijn, Buck Peters already there in the top 10, Fisher Black, Rueg, and Smulders. We had Lecour last year, place 14. Someone else that was interesting, Lippert, was on place 19. I wonder if Lodarczyk is racing this weekend, but because that could also be an exciting name. UE
Good
team
question.
if they are starting with like their roster, they could be starting with it's just gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
If they
Yeah.
have learned from the
That's true.
scenario in Tour Down Under, then it's gonna be really crazy. Otherwise, that might get a bit tricky. But
Yeah. Let's see.
Hmm.
I'm just looking. Yeah, they have a lot of options. If you have Paula Blasi in the game, then you throw Vodarczyk in it. Then you have Persico. I mean, okay, maybe not an outspoken favorite, but if she goes in the breakaway, I mean, don't let her go.
And
Then, of course, Longo is just obviously. I was
Side
not
note.
gonna skip her, Sarah, but
Yeah.
I was just gonna end with her. Yeah, pick one. Put SD Works to work. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Come on.
They already tried with
you have the
Gasparini and
team.
the Omloop, so I think as he works will need to be very
That's
alert, because if you get Vlasic or Blasi in a small breakaway group, try to get them back. Even with Van der Breggen
Mhm.
as super strong, assuming she will ride for the others, try to close it. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah. When Paula goes, it's yeah, she just stops thinking and she goes. So,
Yeah, exactly. So I think the key for SD Works really is try to follow every attack for sure from UE as well. Actually, that counts as well for FDG. I think. Don't let, for sure, not a duo. Don't let FDG and UE go, or you're doomed. Really.
Yeah.
mhm. Yeah, I think UAE has the keys. If they start with Flodarchik as well, I think they have the keys to the
Yeah.
race. And the only thing they can do is screw it up. That's because
Yeah.
they have the tools to make it hard. They have 3 potential winners. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's the keys are in their hands.
Mm-hmm.
But good.
What are you expecting from
Put the teams
Lamborghini?
in the final. I think she's gonna wait as long as
Mm-hmm.
possible.
Mm.
And then again, because they have Paula Blasi and potentially Vlodacik in the race, so she doesn't have to. She's in a luxury position, I think. But when she sees an opportunity, she's not gonna skip it.
Yeah, no.
In Italian in Italy.
Yeah.
Just
She's yeah.
just Lamborghini in
She's
every
she's
country, I would say, but
yeah.
Mm.
for sure in Italy.
So yeah, I'm expecting her in the final to be with the best.
Yeah. I think we're forgetting
Yeah.
our regular again, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot.
Yeah, and Marianne Vos as well. We're forgetting both.
Yeah.
Like classics.
Yeah.
And then next podcast we're like, yes,
should have
Marianne Prévot was
mentioned.
racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But Ferrand-Prévot, I think she'll be up there. If you're only doing this amount of races, she'll be up there, I guess.
You're racing to win. If you
Yeah.
only race 6 times this season, you race to win. I mean, otherwise, why bother? That's
Yeah.
yeah. Really.
Still think it's a bit
Well,
bad.
of course, they need a 5th and a 6th rider to start, but
So yeah, do we or Connie? Do you have a name you wanna highlight for Strade?
I just want Longo Bigini to win, really. Italian in Italy, and she's very nice. So yeah,
Nice. Could live with that.
yes.
Yeah.
Would not be jumping
I
through
could live with that.
but
Oh,
could
come
live
on,
with
Sad.
that.
Oof.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I
Oh,
no.
Russia.
My dream scenario for this race is, but I have 2 actually. Just we all remember the Kutwef edition from Strade, right? My dream is actually to see the duo Vollering and Kopecky. I don't care who's there as well. There can be other riders, but or I would love to see just Lotte dropping whoever is with her in the last couple of meters, or a millimeter sprint in Siena, but the roles turn around this time. That would just make up for that race. Traumatized me really. So would love to see the reverse scenario this time.
Yeah, let's see about Vollering. I mean, the playing field is a little bit bigger than at Omloop, I think.
Yeah.
That's
I still think she'll be
Omloop. Well, of course, you could think like, okay, yeah, it's probably Demis. She's one of the big favorites. But now in Strade, I don't know. It's oof. Yeah, with Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, with Marianne Vos only doing 1 of her 6 races as well, so she should be in good shape and racing.
But I'm expecting Marianne more
Lotte Kopecky,
in
of course.
Sanremo. She will be up there, but I don't see her really racing for the win in Strade. I think.
Yeah. I never count her out. Never.
No.
Like, she's not a top favorite on paper, but yeah, it's good to mention her in the podcast because we don't want a moment like, oh shit, yes, Marianne Vos was there. We don't want that moment next week.
Yeah. What are the odds I'll be here next week? Like, why did I say I did not expect her to race for the win? Yeah, no, I'm quite excited to see how it will turn out. I always love Strade because it's like this mix of climbers and some strong classic riders as well. Very curious to again see where Lecour is at this moment, and Pieterse as well. I think again it will be such an interesting race because we have like a lot of top riders who are good, but then also like the riders just beneath are also incredibly strong. So it's almost like it wouldn't surprise me if we saw an Omloop scenario, but this time the break actually stays away.
Yeah, depends on the break.
Yeah, of
Yeah, depends
course.
who's in it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, I have nothing useful to say because I think like my brain is like a short circuit. It's like no, there's too many favorites. I mean, like oh this one, oh this one, oh
there's
this
too
one.
many.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah, or
Yeah, so just
the
yeah.
the other option on the table is a Rwanda scenario.
Yeah.
Like, are they going to do that again? Like, because look at the playing field. Like all the biggies are there. Are they going to stare at each other again? Like, Rwanda was not the first time they did it, so.
Lamborghini will not survive this again, I think.
No.
We'll make
Yeah.
for some incredible footage, but maybe we don't wish it to Elisa because I don't think she will be able to deal with any more frustration.
No.
Elisa definitely won't. I'm sure of that. And Lotte, as long as Van der Breggen or something is not something. Oh, here I am again. Someone is in the front. Lotte will also race. So you already have two, and Kasia. You already have 3 riders who will race. Unless there's a teammate in front.
If they don't wait for one another.
Yeah, but those are really the cyclists that race, and like they are not really the type to just wait and see, I think. It all depends. If there's a break from their team, then of course that's completely valid. But I do think it will need to be a strong team represented by the big teams, and then we could see it. But I don't see, like, as we saw in Rwanda with, of course, we had Valieres and Mavi Garcia, but they were from Spain and Canada, which weren't the biggest team represented at the start. So in that sense, I do think more big teams should be represented for it to.
Well, fingers crossed. I was just pointing out another possible, but that's like the most boring scenario we can get, I think. That's what I was just thinking. Like, yeah, that's maybe an option as well. Let's cross fingers.
Yeah, what are we expecting from like Berthe? Are we expecting her, because last year she was 4th? So do you see her following the big names, or?
Yes, she's capable. If she's allowed, if she can, if the race scenario plays out her way, of course, because she won't be the clear favorite in the team, I think. But yes, if she can follow, she for sure will. If she's in the breakaway with some shadow favorites, yeah, watch out.
Okay.
I mean, so yeah, the big teams cannot take too much risk with potential breakaways.
Yeah. Are you manifesting a breakaway, Crystal, or favorite win?
Yeah, I would love it. Yeah. At least until the Tolfe, until the last gravel sector. Yeah, just do it, and then you can just explode and then like mess up with the Italian camera people, and then have like stuff happening everywhere, and they like gonna screw it up anyway with the with the TV. Yes,
You'll probably film this, bring them the neutral or something like that. And
yeah, just exactly. You got it, Connie.
2 hours before.
Yeah. Give the producers a hell of a day, girls. Come on.
Yeah, it would be cool. Do we want to do predictions or stars first? You can choose. I don't mind.
Oh, yeah. Let's go for stars then, Sar.
Do I start?
Yeah, you start.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to build up or start with the best?
Start with the best, then we're done with that.
Okay, yeah. I'm just...
We already know what it's gonna be.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna do 3 stars for Lotte Kopecky again. We have the lucky charm, but now,
really?
So now it's only gonna go upwards. Then 2 stars. I prepped this. I would say Vollering and Lamborghini. Then 1 star. I would say Lecour, Ferrand-Prévot, and Niewiadoma. And then for my wild cards, I'm going with Paula Blasi. Who else?
Sure thing. My first star is going to be Longo 3 stars. Yeah, how do you say it?
Well-
3 stars Longo Borghini, 2 stars Lotte Kopecky and Demi Vollering, and 1 star Paula Blasi. Pom pom pom. Paula Blasi, Buck Pieterse, and Kasia Niewiadoma.
Nice.
Yeah, let's do something odd.
Okay.
And then the surprise, the one to watch for is Monica Trinka Colonel.
Okay. Nice. Do you want to add your stars as well, Connie? Or
Yeah, so I think top, I'm gonna go Longo Borghini, and then 2 for Kopecky and Vollering. Oh, I know I've just copied Christoph here a little bit, but yeah. And then I'd say Puck, and I don't know if there's probably just her and 1, I think. Yeah, I'm just trying to look at the list now. Don't see if there's anyone else. Or possibly Van der Breggen as well. As a bit of a, just in case anything happens with Lotte or SD Works tactics get a bit spicy. And my wild card, I'm gonna go Shirin Van Anrooy,
Nice.
I think, for the wild card.
Ah, nice one, Connie. Yeah, like that pick.
Yeah. Also, didn't mention Margot yet. That's not good by me. She was 33 last year, so we could get closer to that top 10. Just always mention Margot.
Yeah,
Never
but
not mention Margot.
But there's only 6 to pick from, and if you see the list, it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's too
But
many.
it was more in the preview part. I was like, not enough Margot yet in the preview. So Margot again. But no, could also be an exciting one to go in a break since we're talking about the break scenario.
Sure.
Actually, something I'm hoping is we see like a strong breakaway, and then we have like in the end we still have like 1, 2, 3 favorites or something bridging, and then we see like a nice battle between the favorites and the strongest one from the break. Would love that.
Yep. Good idea. Good scenario. You know, probably everything we talked about will not happen on Saturday.
No one is allowed to go just a peloton sprint up in Siena.
Yeah, so at least we know what's not going to happen on Saturday.
Well, yeah. Do we want to round this off with our predictions, or?
Sure.
Do you want to start this time, Connie?
You go first again?
No, other way around.
Shall I? I'm gonna go Longo Borghini for the win, and then is it 1?
5, 10.
It's 1, 3, and 10,
no,
right?
5,
isn't it?
10.
Oh, 5. Oh god, that's making it harder. Puck for 5th, and then Van Anrooy for 10th.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 Longo Borghini, I should.
You guys.
Gave her 3 stars.
I was so euphoric last week.
to.
I got you on the Lotte Kopecky train, and now it's like, never mind. I'm here on my own again.
Yeah, I know, but we cannot pick the same side. It's
It
just
was
like
not a
that. I mean,
problem
Lotte could
last
have been
week.
3 stars as well. Yeah,
No, it's fine. We will surprise you.
Shut up. On 5 we have Buck Pieterse. And on 10 we have Anna van der Breggen.
Okay. Yeah. 1 surprise, Lotte Kopecky. I'm gonna say Paula Blasi on 5. But I hope in some sort of odd scenario she can make it onto the podium. That would very much please me. But now, just for the record, I'm saying 5 Paula Blasi. And then on 10, I didn't actually think this through. On 10, Caroline Anderson. I'm going for her.
I was there. I was thinking about her on 10 as well. Yeah. Yeah. Good pick. Good. And Paula's gonna podium. Come
Yeah,
on.
manifest it.
She's not gonna
Let's
be
go.
fifth.
We need more cow lovers on podiums. That's gonna stay with me forever, truly. We do have some more racing. Trofeo Oro in Aero.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. That one.
Nice, right? It's a nice race. I'm seeing Vladarczyk
Yes.
on there as well, so I'm just assuming she will start in Strade as well. So for UE, there, surprisingly, we do have a full start list, which is incredibly odd. But for UE, we have Persico, Longoborghini, Swinkels, Magnaldi, Blasi, and Vladarczyk. So I'm just assuming that will be their team for Strade. So yeah, try to beat that. Then for EF, we didn't mention Nina Berton actually, by the way, in the Omloop recap as well, but she did a good race. She was in that break, and then she still succeeded in doing a top 10. So they have again Valjeres and Ruek who could compete there. Sarah is still on the participant list, Gigante for age insurance, but that's incorrect. That was the original plan, but she'll start racing again early May, so Vuelta probably. We have Sigrid Hogsett at the start there, so Sigrid at Strade, would love to see it. I think they will because they're only starting with 5, so I assume those will be the 5 as well for Strade. Ottestad, Alerud, also some strong riders there. Esme Peperkamp for She Rides, just to mention, also on the start list. And then we're actually already the biggest teams. Oh no, we also have Phoenix with Puck Pieters again, Yara Kostlijn. Then I'm trying to see if there are any. Yeah, no, that were the biggest teams actually.
Yeah, Canyon is sending their Devo team. Yeah, this is gonna be a race on 2 speeds, I think.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you have 20 riders, and then you have the rest of the bunch, I think. So,
Yeah.
really, really weird setup, that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I think, or if Longoborghini wins the day before, I'm seeing one of her teammates win, and if Longoborghini doesn't, then she'll just go for it so hard, and she'll just drop everyone and arrive solo. That's my prediction for the race.
Yeah, winner will probably wear a UAE shirt, I think. Yeah, if you have Swinkels, Longoborghini, Vladarczyk, Paula Blasi.
I feel like again for Australia as well, we're forgetting like Valjeres, Ruek. I think they can also come a long way. At least it was looking very, very well at Tour Down Under. Tour Down Under is not Strade, but but still.
Yeah, but they are the names for a scenario when all the big favorites are watching each other, are looking at each other. That's then you can expect names like Valjeres. Then you can expect names like Ruek. I think
Ruek was already 9th last year, and then it was a favorite race. So do you see her getting up higher this year, or are you like the?
For me, she's in the same league as Berthet actually. They can win it. They're good enough, but they need some luck by their side probably. That's I mean the race circumstances need to be in their favor too. I mean that's the case for everyone, of course, but I mean they don't have the status like Longoborghini or Lotte Kopecky or Demi Vollering. That's
if
what I'm saying.
If something happens to them, it's all
they
game
need a little.
over. We saw that last week.
They need a little.
Sorry.
They need a not functioning derailleur or something just before the late Tolfis section or whatever to really have a big chance.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, Connie, I'm just gonna put you on the spot again. Do you have one more classics hot take for us?
Not really other than anything we've already spoken, I guess. It's just, the racing, I think, is just faster and harder than ever, which, it's to be expected, I guess, the women's peloton and the way the sport's going. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
That's my takeaway from it all. And I still hate cobbles.
Actually, a normal take.
You prefer ditches instead of cobbles. My
Mm.
God.
But that's a good take, because normally we have so many people. Oh, I love the cobbles, and it's like, really, why? So good to hear the other side of the story.
Yeah, I can go up a mountain. Can't go down and can't do cobbles, but that's it. That's mountains, hills, going up, we're fine. But yeah, that's
Wow,
yeah.
winning
Descending hate
solo on a
club,
mountain
cobble
top
hate
finish,
club.
Connie, that's legendary.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think we can maybe round it up here, I would say.
yeah.
Well, so we'll see you again next week with a different guest, if all goes well. And then we will be hopefully talking about a Lotte Kopecky win at Strade. Just need to put it out there again. And then we'll talking about Oettingen and what's next, Binna, of course. So,
Yes, for sure. And if our guest doesn't show up for any reason, we still have Connie as a backup plan. So that's good. Always welcome, Connie.
Yeah.
Always welcome.
Okay, so that's a wrap for episode 64 of She Writes. Thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the ride.
Absolutely. Women's cycling is packed with action, and we're here to bring you every twist and turn.
Be sure to subscribe on Spotify, Amazon Music, or YouTube so you don't miss upcoming episodes. And if you like today's show, a rating, like, or comment really helps us reach more listeners.
And follow us on Blue Sky and Instagram for behind-the-scenes updates and more.
And don't hesitate to share your questions or topics you'd like us to cover.
Stay tuned for more exciting guests, and tag She Writes podcast on Blue Sky, and She Writes is powered by Kariam Endurance Coaching.
Thanks, Connie, for joining us today, and a big thank you for listening to She Writes, where women's cycling takes lead. Keep watching the fun, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.